Women representation. Latest news. The Lok Sabha rejected a constitutional amendment bill seeking to increase women's representation to 33% in parliament and state assemblies. Historically, women's representation in Indian legislatures has rarely exceeded 15%, highlighting the persistent gender gap in political participation. Women's representation in parliament, trends and party patterns. Women's representation in the Lok Sabha has gradually increased over time, but remains limited. It rose from 4.9% in the first Lok Sabha, 1951-52, to 13.6% in the 18th Lok Sabha, 2024-29. The highest share recorded was 14.36% in 2019-24, while the lowest was 3.5% during the 6th Lok Sabha, 1977-79. Notably, it took 15 general elections to cross the 10% mark, indicating slow progress. In the Rajya Sabha, women currently make up around 16%, 39 out of 245 members, slightly higher than in the Lok Sabha but still far from parity. Experts highlight that women's representation depends heavily on party leadership priorities. Where leadership is committed, representation improves; otherwise, progress remains slow. Women's representation in state assemblies, a limited and uneven picture. Data from 31 state assemblies and union territories shows that women's representation remains low across India. Only Chhattisgarh, 21.1%, has crossed the 15% mark, making it an outlier. Historically, no state had exceeded this threshold until Chhattisgarh's 2023 election. Leading and lagging states. Among states with relatively higher representation: Tripura, 15%; Jharkhand, 14.8%; Haryana, 14.4%; West Bengal, 13.6%. At the lower end, Nagaland and Puducherry, 3.3% each. Notably, Nagaland elected women MLAs for the first time only in 2023, highlighting the depth of the gender gap. Widespread underrepresentation. As many as 19 assemblies have less than 10% women MLAs, including major states such as Gujarat, 7.7%; Maharashtra, 7.6%; Tamil Nadu, 7.3%; Assam, 5.5%; Karnataka, 4.5%. Experts attribute this persistent gap to structural inequalities in a patriarchal society, where political power remains less accessible to women. With ongoing assembly elections in Assam, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Puducherry, these figures may shift, offering a potential opportunity to improve women's representation. Global status of women's representation in parliaments. India's position. India ranks 147th globally in women's representation in lower houses, according to April 2026 data from Interparliamentary Union, IPU. This highlights India's relatively low standing among nearly 190 countries. India's low global ranking reflects the absence of strong structural mechanisms like quotas, underscoring the need for institutional reforms to improve gender balance in political representation. Countries leading in gender parity. Several countries have achieved 50% or higher representation of women, including Rwanda, Cuba, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Bolivia, Mexico, Andorra, United Arab Emirates. Additionally, around 56 countries have over 33% women representation, indicating significant global progress. Global trends over time. According to IPU data, women's representation rose from 11.3% in 1995 to 27.2% in 2025. Growth was steady between 2000 and 2015, but has slowed in recent years. Factors driving higher representation. Countries that have made notable progress share common features. Gender quotas in legislatures. Gender-sensitive parliamentary practices. Measures to address violence against women in politics. Role of electoral systems and quotas. Two key determinants of higher representation are electoral systems, especially proportional or mixed systems. Gender quotas, which significantly boost participation. In 2024, countries with quotas had 31.2% women representation, compared to 16.8% in countries without quotas.